Hello again, my fellow Americans. Today, let's talk about Giuliani's support of terrorism. Now, again, I don't have any notes. I don't have time. I got to crank these out because there's about 4 million more I would like to post. I'm not going to be able to. I'm putting up a blog called GiulianiScandals.blogspot.com, and I'm going to start compiling more scandals about Giuliani than anywhere else on earth, and you're going to be shocked. And remember, Giuliani's my source of everything. Today, let's talk about Giuliani's support of terrorism. Now, it wasn't Rudy's enemies who said Rudy supports terrorism. It was Rudy Giuliani who says he supports terrorism. And you know what? I'm going to have to take him on his word. For instance, Rudy Giuliani was number 3 in Reagan's Justice Department. A lot of people don't remember that. And Rudy Giuliani completely supported Reagan and Bush as they funded Osama bin Laden, as they funded and trained Saddam Hussein, as they gave weapons to Saddam Hussein. Ask Rudy. Rudy, did Reagan and the CIA and all of them fund Osama and Saddam? They've admitted it. Game over. Rudy says he supported that. I think anyone who supports terrorists should hang. Conservatives agree with me. Liberals agree with me. If you supported Osama bin Laden, you should hang. Rudy says he supported Osama bin Laden, he supported Reagan, and he supported Bush, and he supported all those crooks, Cheney and Rumsfeld, funding and training Osama bin Laden. I agree with you, Rudy. We all agree. You should hang. Rudy Giuliani has said he supports George W. Bush giving the Taliban $41 million of my tax money in the summer 2001. I agree with you, Rudy. You support funding terrorists. I agree. Rudy has said people who fund terrorism should hang. I agree, Rudy. We're all on the same page, Rudy. You should hang for treason. You should hang for crimes against humanity. No conservative agrees with Rudy. No liberal agrees with Rudy. We all think the Taliban are bad. So why does Rudy support them? Because Rudy's a terrorist. Actually, you can ask Rudy that yourself. Rudy, are you a terrorist? He'll say, no, I'm not a terrorist. Say, so Rudy, you never use threats of violence or violence to achieve a political goal. Is that correct, Mr. Giuliani? And he'll say, no. Bad news, Rudy. We have lots of statements by you and your staff, you on radio and TV, where you admit that you are achieving your political goals using threats of violence or violence. Hell, you'll say it tomorrow. We should bomb our enemies to get them to do what we say. That's your argument, not mine. But that's terrorism, Rudy. If you use violence or threats of violence to achieve a political goal, Mr. Giuliani, you're a terrorist. You've already admitted you're a terrorist, and I completely agree with you. All that's left is to make sure every voter knows that you support terrorism, that you want to give even more billions of our tax dollars to people like Osama bin Laden, Saddam Hussein. Rudy Giuliani, ask Rudy about Haiti's baby Doc Duvalier. Here's a guy murdered, fucking dictator of Haiti. He wasn't elected? Ask Rudy, was he elected? Rudy said, no, he wasn't elected. So Rudy, you were supporting an anti-democratic tyrant in Haiti, Rudy? When he was in the Justice Department. There's a long story to it. Read Wayne Barrett's book. He's got some of the dirt on it. But you can ask Rudy yourself. Rudy's a scumbag. Rudy has admitted it. He had drinks with a terrorist, baby Doc Duvalier, who had death squads. Any political group who would protest the dictatorship of baby Doc would be disappeared or beaten until they agreed to shut their fucking mouths. Just like Rudy Giuliani had me tortured repeatedly. Giuliani had me thrown in jail cells. They refused to feed me. They refused to let me sleep. No toilet paper, no soap. They made me sleep on cold concrete floors at 5 in the morning. Giuliani's people systemically tortured me and thousands of other people. This has been proven. Giuliani admitted it. He paid millions and millions, well, actually he paid over $500 million a year as mayor to settle lawsuits. But I'm digressing. I gotta keep these under 5 minutes. Shit. Remember, Giuliani says he supports terrorism. All of his aides say he supports terrorism. I agree he supports terrorism. The question isn't, should you vote for Rudy? The question is, when shall he get the death penalty? That's the only question left. When shall he be tried for treason and hang? That's the only question. Conservative or liberal, we all agree. Rudy needs to go to prison. Bye, Rudy. No White House. Prison.